why is Sony like that? I don't know. But Michael Jackson told me never to sign with them after, do you not remember when Michael Jackson went on stage and said, Sony Records? Michael Jackson said, Aaron, don't ever sign with Sony. And I did it, and I regret it. It's the biggest regret of my life, is signing with Sony Records and Sony Red. Recognition I got on Fool's Gold. Nobody. Billboard shunned me. No recognition. None of my sound scans were reported. Top 40. Almost 2 million record sales. Where is my recognition? Where is my money, Sony? Like, you know you owe me millions of dollars, right? Like, come on, dude. Every time I go on my YouTube channel, Sony Records and Steve Zapp strike my channel every time I play Sony on there. Or my album I made gave me $60,000 for in advance, which is nothing for an artist of my stature and my record sales. And I took it because I was like, I want, that label of Sony Records having me. When I released it on my own and got 3 million streams in 1 minute by myself off of RakisRecords.com. Sony should pay me. Brad Paisley won $12.3 million from Sony for doing the same thing. And they're the guys that are out there. I'm not scared of you. So, okay. Then we're going to go to court and I'm going to win my millions of dollars. And you know what I'm going to do? Just because I'm a good guy, I'll give half of that money to organizations that deserve it. And I'll prove it to you and I'll film it to you on camera. Just because I don't care about money. I care about it. We obviously need it to live, right? I made this hand and foot on my own when I was broke damn near on my renting a house in Malibu. Alright, I came up with all of the chord progressions, everything, put the team together, spent over $150,000 over 6 figures on all of the project, did it myself. And that's how you're gonna repay me, guys? That's how Sony's gonna repay me, literally, analytically, and physically? That's not right. That's not right. Alright? I know that JoJo went through a similar situation where they were holding her publishing and shelving her album, but this is way bigger than that. No offense, JoJo. This is way bigger. I got the numbers, the sound scans, the 500 million streams. What the fuck?
Okay.
And Sony owes me money.
That was the marketing.
Sony owes me money. That's why everyone keeps trying to attack me and destroy all my money-making things and my shows and my concerts, because I'm calling out on all the people that owe me money.
Well, yeah, I mean, that album, sooner or later, like I said, does
Where's my money?
90
Sony
million.
Records, pay me my money.
And that was your first album in how many years?
Michael Jackson, man, told me never to sign with Sony Records, and now I know why he did.
Michael Jackson told you never to sign with Sony. He had a bunch of problems with Sony.
He went on stage and flicked them off and said F you to him.
Yeah!
The tradition of great performers from Sammy Davis Jr. to James Brown to Jackie Wilson to Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly. The story
for my brother who is a artist, and they're after my life. My whole family is after my life, and they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million, and they don't want to pay me, and it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. They owe me money, and they're trying to off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. But they had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to hang.
I find this all super crazy because at the same time, Aaron Carter was also saying that Sony was involved in this plot to unalive him. And during this time, the Backstreet Boys had came back and they were still signed under Sony.
For weeks, whispers about a series of damning recordings have floated around, hinting at hidden truths from the days when Aaron Carter, long dismissed by some as a troubled teen pop star, claimed to have evidence that could dismantle the careful...
My reaction to leaving Neverland was incredible. I remember having the time of my life with Michael. I was about 15 years old, and I remember him just sitting down with me, being like, this is kind of like what you got to do, Aaron, in your future, and, just stay focused and stay driven, always be a perfectionist. I also went to the same vocal coach as Michael, Seth Riggs, for many years. So I really idolized Michael. The way is like, Okay, you're a grown man, and when Michael Jackson was alive, you are backing him, you are up his ass, you are kissing his ass, you are there to testify for him under oath, and then when he dies, you decide that that's a good time to come out. No, what you're doing is you're actually stomping on an icon and a legend's grave. You're stomping on his grave. I just feel like why not do it when he was alive, man? Why not do it when he was being of me staying with Michael Jackson? I hung out with Michael Jackson. I stayed at his house. I stayed in his bedroom.
How old were you?
I was 15.
Oh, the filmmaker says that they were not paid for Leaving Neverland. They
So
had filed lawsuits.
You don't think for the interviews
Wade had filed a lawsuit.
You don't think that for the interviews that they're doing, they're not getting paid? Because
Yeah.
I've been offered 6 figures already for an interview, and I turned them all down. I told them to go fuck themselves. Like, Wade, I'm very disappointed in, because I don't you're stomping on someone's grave who's there for you, taught you things, did all these kind of things, and then you guys are sitting there talking about how you were molested and all this stuff. It's hard for me to understand. How am I supposed to understand that when my own personal experience with him was gentle and beautiful and loving and embracing, and that was it?
There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me in the hotel room, and my mom's there, and she's like, "Tell them what happened." And I'm like, "What do you mean, tell them what happened?" And I sit down with them, and they ask these super sexually exploiting, questions, backsided questions, and I knew that at my age already. And I looked at all 4 of them, and I said, "Are y'all crazy?" I said, "What you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money?" That's what I told him. I was like, "You're crazy." And I looked over at my mom, and I was like, "Are you serious, Mom?" I was like, "What is going on here? Why are you letting this happen?" And she goes, well, I think something happened, I think something. I'm like, "Really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind. Are y'all crazy?" I said, "What you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money?" That's what I told him. I was like, "You're crazy." And I looked over at my mom, and I was like, "Are you serious, Mom?" I was like, "What is going on here? Why are you letting this happen?" And she goes, well, I think something happened, I think something. I'm like, "Really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving."
Michael Jackson told me in no uncertain terms that settling that case in 1994 was the biggest mistake he'd ever made. He should never have settled it. He should have fought it through a trial. He would have won. It was an absurd case. But he was advised, he told me, by lawyers, by business advisors, to settle it and get rid of it.
Do you regret ever getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry the way that I look. Oh my God, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad because there's like nothing I can do about it. I take for high blood pressure medication, and I took for my mouth. How would you feel every 2 seconds seeing a tweet? You go, "Oh, look at this. Oh."
Thank you so much, Linda. That was our latest and very last single off of the DNA album. And that song is very special to us. Because that song is about family. And everybody in here, we all grew up together. We've been through highs and lows, ups and downs. With us, we